I get up, I go to the bathroom, I come out, and I see this really big girl, like sitting in the living room. And I'm talking about she's got to be 350, almost 400 pounds, right? Big girl. She has nothing on, right? She is butt-ass naked, nothing on. Next thing I knew, I see this really skinny dude come out the room.
That's usually how that works.
Nothing
Right,
on.
skinny guys love a big girl.
I was like, okay, naked man, naked big naked woman. So they decided to take it upon themselves to start fucking in the living room.
I'm done. What's up, world? And thank you for tuning into another episode of Once Upon A BnB. It's Anns.
And Ian.
And Moneybags Maha here. We have a special guest with us today, Mr. Andre. Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
But first things first, before we start,
Yes.
this is the first episode we have recorded since the Georgia Bulldogs won the national championship.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
From here.
Okay, were you
excited?
excited or you don't give a fuck? You look like a hater. You look like a hater.
I have this thing about sports. If they didn't let me in their school, or my kids in their school, I don't really root for anybody.
Oh,
What about the Braves? Did any of your,
Maybe their SAT
any of your
scores
children
sucked.
get let down by the Braves?
No, I'm not a huge sports fan.
What's your thing? What's your
Fair
thing?
enough.
I watch Star Trek and Star Wars.
Oh, you're a nerd.
Yeah,
Okay,
super
cool.
nerd. Absolutely.
Cool.
It's
You went
valuable.
that route.
Yes.
Did you play sports?
I played sports. I love playing sports. So.
But watching it is a war. But being active within the game,
Yeah.
is
Talking
the
about
fun
Quidditch?
part.
Or what are you talking about?
Because that's my
one of my
thing.
favorite
Harry
ones.
Potter.
Dungeons and Dragons does not count.
I did track and football for years.
Read Magic the
through
Gathering.
school. Like right now, like the athletic activity I do is jujitsu. So.
That's cool.
You nerd.
He's going to kick your ass.
I'm a blue belt in karate, first of all.
Is that high from the spectrum? Or
That's
Yeah,
pretty high. Next
that's
is brown
the-
and then black.
Oh,
Yes.
you're almost there.
Badass.
I mean, I was 12, but it doesn't expire. I feel like I'm still,
It doesn't expire.
Right, exactly.
No,
I'm
not
still a
at
blue
all.
belt. I got a mean high kick.
I love. No, I watch sports. It's just one of those things. I don't know. I've always.
I don't like getting emotionally attached. Because you just never know. Like, I could never get attached
Especially
to the
being a
Bulldogs.
Georgia fan
Yeah.
or like any Georgia
Now all the
sports
sports are good
fan.
except for the Falcons, and they can't hurt me anymore.
Exactly. No, we know better. We know
They're
better.
like yeah.
My thing is, I go to Alabama a lot. A lot of my customers are in Alabama. And
Boo.
they have nothing. I didn't realize they didn't have any professional teams until I was really there. So
Next
Yeah.
NFL had a professional Birmingham team.
What?
Exactly. That's a fun fact. So it was really cool. They really love their sports there. So they're college level sports.
Yeah. So me and Ian and our producer Trey, we were all in Indianapolis for the national championship game. And it was wild how like the Georgia fans outnumbered the Alabama fans. Probably, I would say like in the streets of Indianapolis, like 15 to 1, but like in the game, probably at least 10 to 1.
Yeah.
They probably weren't making that trip.
You
From
know what I
good
thought
old
about
Alabama.
Indianapolis too?
What?
Cold Birmingham. That's all it was.
That's fair, actually. Yeah.
If you don't agree, then go there again.
I might kind of split. My dad's a super Georgia fan, but my uncle played in Alabama.
Oh,
And
really?
So, yeah, it's like a thing. But, you know.
Either way, go Dogs.
Right?
Yeah. This podcast is a dogs podcast,
Yeah.
sponsored by the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm pretty sure.
Go
Right,
Star
that's it.
Trek.
It's the official podcast of the Georgia
Your
Bulldogs.
national champion Georgia Bulldogs and your World Series champion Braves.
right. Both of
We
them.
have had a good year. Okay, so you like Star Trek. What else are you into? What do you do on the side? You mentioned comedy.
Yeah, I really dig doing stand up. Like it's been a real stress reliever, and just getting up there and just like doing
Talking
a couple
shit.
minutes. Yeah.
How long have you been doing stand up?
It's been about 2.5 years.
So like right before the pandemic?
Yeah, right before the pandemic.
How'd
For
you
the
get like
pandemic.
open mics at the time? You know, did you have to wait till like you had?
So it was funny. It's like people would do, hey, you can come do some time, and you'll get in there, and the crowd is like other side of the lunchroom or
Which is,
whatever.
by the way,
So-
for our
lunchroom.
listeners, normal for open mics, right?
yeah,
Right.
very normal.
Pre-pandemic, still no one there.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
very
Lunchroom,
social
though, were
distance.
you like
Yeah.
at an elementary school or something?
Yeah,
Why
it
are
was
you in a
weird.
lunchroom?
A lot of them were like in these weird anything you could get a lot of room between the mic. Like his
For a
spit
low cost.
was just gonna get from here
Right.
all the way and cover everything.
That's like a coffee shop, and
Oh,
then these
'cause
poor
of the
people are like,
pandemic.
listen,
Yeah.
you're
They're like
struggling
trying to
comedians.
study and
Yeah.
you're doing like stand up.
Yeah. Comedy it's so crazy. Like you just sit down and write down ideas every now and again, and just get on stage and try to work them out to find out they are crap. And then
Really?
people
You get
let
It's
you
one,
know.
hard.
you
It's
get a
hard.
giggle at an open mic. It's probably a
Yeah,
fucking funny
it's
joke.
pretty good.
Yeah. I've never been booed. I've been silenced. Like it's just silence out there.
You've
Like
been argued, you
why?
haven't been
Not
booed.
You got
not
about probably like 30 minutes left of this podcast, so
Yeah.
Right. There's time.
I mean, I like to do things I'm
I
scared
think
to
I
do,
actually
but
just
comedy
booed you
is
about
scary.
Alabama. But
Yeah.
you
Going
can
on
do it.
stage is scary. Like for comedy. I can like host a show or like speak in front of large crowds, but dropping jokes and not know if they stick or not, it's fearful.
You should try it. It's good, and it builds character.
I've
Right?
always wanted to. Ian's dabbled a little bit. I keep talking about it, but I haven't done it yet. See, I feel like I wouldn't have a problem being on stage and saying the jokes and stuff, but sitting down and writing jokes is what would be difficult for me because it's so much
So-
just like situational and off the top of my head that if I were to like try to sit down and think about it and write jokes, I don't know if that would work
So
for me.
what I did, to get my ass up and really go for it, I took a class at the Laughing Skull.
That's where I took my class.
Yeah, and
What's his name? The
Plug.
teacher. Plug. I fucking
Yeah,
love Plug.
man. Yeah, so he was. That's a really cool way of getting into. You're around
Forces you.
a like-minded people,
Yeah,
and
that's
so
the
you
best
try to
part, being
write and
around,
try to
yeah.
do your stuff. So it was
Yeah.
really
It's like
cool.
the
It's funny.
deadline thing. Like I would always, like you two, procrastinator, get your
Yeah.
essay done like night of, right?
Right.
So every, our class, are they still Saturday mornings?
Yeah,
Yeah. So Friday nights, instead of, going and, drink yourself in oblivion, I would just be like, all right, shit, I'm nervous. I got to write my shit.
Yeah.
And then next
And it would
morning,
work?
yeah. Then you
See,
you
I
have
haven't
an
actually
audience.
attempted it, but it just
fun.
seems like right now if I'm trying to think of a joke, I can't think of a joke. Like, but I'm just like funny situationally.
Everything is about stories and building and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I've
right
got
now, I'm
stories.
kind of at the point where I got a good 5 minutes, solid 5 minutes, even though it takes you a long time to get solid 5 minutes. And I'm kind of switching up because I kind of don't really like. I like the material, but I want to talk about something else. It's like my whole material says is about pretty much when I was 16, how I almost had a threesome and got caught by my stepdad. So,
But you might be old and bored with it, but you're gonna get a new audience every time it's
yeah,
ever
you're
heard it.
right.
Sounds like pretty good
You're
material.
right. Yeah, no, it's slap
Got
me
threesome at
hilarious.
16.
So definitely,
That's it.
definitely funny. So
Taking
yeah,
classes
no.
is fun though. That's tight.
So you also though dabble in the Airbnb short-term rental game.
Yes, that's.
How'd you get into that? How long have you been doing it?
Since 2019, I started doing that, and it's been fun, man. I do specifically arbitrage, so it's like you rent the property.
You
and
would have
then,
been like 10 episodes ago.
We
would
would
know
have
what the
no
fuck you're
idea what
talking
that
about.
meant.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
turns out people
We
are
all
smarter
did it.
than
We
us.
just didn't know there was a word for it.
Yeah. So
Explain for our listeners who
okay,
also
so
stupid.
with
Fuck you.
arbitrage, it's essentially in the short-term rental spaces, you will rent a property from an owner or from a property management company, and then you would either take that place and put everything in it, and then put it on Airbnb or VRBO or whatever the case is.
I believe it's
Verbo.
Verbo.
That's what they want you to say.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, no, I think it's a really good way to get in with less barrier of financial burden
Yeah.
when you jump in and you do the
Oh, yeah.
arbitrage.
Way less
stuff.
risk
Yeah.
for sure than buying a property.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, less risk on one end and then more risk on the other end. That
but
they're going to be
it's-
like, fuck you can't do this
It's
anymore.
illegal.
Yeah. So
Foreshadowing?
yeah, exactly.
Hey guys, this is Maha from Once Upon A BnB. Make sure you like and subscribe to us on all streaming platforms. Follow us on Instagram at Once Upon A BnB. And if you have a crazy travel story to share, make sure you hit us up. Bye.
I've had all those problems, right? Either going into an apartment where they really don't allow it, and then they'll just write you letters and letters, and then won't resign.
I'm not.
Yeah.
These are just my friends.
Yeah. I'm so
I met on the internet.
I'm a big proponent about now they have apps for the apartment complexes. So now if someone puts a new Airbnb on the site and it's in that zip code, it will actually send out pictures to them. So they find out
They have a
like
snitch app now
as
for
soon as you
Airbnb?
like put it online. I had a spot in not in Decatur, what's the Avondale Estates, and like probably the next day they came and said, "Hey, it looks like you're on."
Oh, wow.
Airbnb.
Could you like change the zip code on there? Like the description is the
I
same.
dabbled in a couple of things. One strategy I did is I was on Jackson Street. I was in Candid Vantage Apartments, 180 Jackson Street, I believe. And so it was like northeast. I just switched to southeast, and then told them once they booked, like, "Yo, actually, it's this way."
northeast. Yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying.
another thing I did is I said it. This is actually a chore every day, but I would
Turn it on and off during the business
during
hours.
business hours. Most of my bookings were, when you're chilling on the couch late in the evening, anyways. But but this would not help anymore. They've outsmarted us.
Now
Yeah,
there's an
that's
app.
crazy. They have a whole snitch app.
There's an
now.
app for that.
It was it's weird. I don't think all the complexes have it, but to be honest, like I'm kind of so far past that. So I moved into. I've had up to 10 units. I guess about 3 or 4 of them were co-hosting, and then the other ones I had directly from getting apartments and stuff. And all of those were like I wasn't really supposed to be there, right?
Oh, wow. All
So
of them.
now I moved into a factor of, and the blessing with the pandemic is because
They're
Desperate.
desperate.
yeah. So I got into some places, and now the unit that I'm really focusing on, full contracts with the owners. We are set.
That's
They know
always
what
the
I'm
goal.
doing.
Executive lease route.
Yeah. So, we have an interesting agreement because everything is about references. They know I have experience. I had great references. Actually, the person that we knew, Nick, was one of my references.
Oh yeah, our host Annsleigh had previously
Yeah,
interviewed you for
yeah.
something else, right?
Back in the day.
I just
Small
saw
world.
Spark.
Good old Rassy days.
Yeah.
Shout out.
What's Rassy?
It was a YouTube show.
Oh.
Yeah. It was very nice.
It was cute. It was cute.
Yeah, it was nice.
We'll drop the link in the bio.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we can actually do that.
Yeah, so I now it's kind of set that the place is in my name for the first year, and then every year after that they it'll be completely in my business name and different things like that. So
Do you have a business to plug for us?
yes, BTH Corporate Housing stands for Better Than Home, and
that's cute.
Oh, that's
like
cute.
that.
Yeah.
So my mission on doing Airbnb is just not have a money grab. I'm all about experiences. So I have better towels, better rags, really nice duvet covers, really sleep really well because I travel a
We're
lot.
made though, having to stuff the thing in.
Duvets are a bitch to like get the corners in the right corners.
Whatever cleaner that I have, say they come to me and say
it's very duvet experience.
it's $150 to clean the place. I'll usually tell them, okay, I'm going to give you $175 because the way I want it done, I need to have it done the exact way, right?
Corners
Yeah.
folded and
Yeah,
tucked, and the
yeah.
toilet paper folded into
That
the
reminds
triangle.
me of a long time ago. I used to work under our producer doing Airbnbs, and I had to make beds. But that was years
They
ago.
paid you extra.
Did he?
Stand up guy. They're saying no. He
Are
did
you
not.
good? Do y'all make your beds every morning? Like, I just found out people do that. I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
People do
For
that, but
who?
not
Why?
me.
You do?
I'm under new pressure to do it.
Okay, so you had 10 spots. Is that where the craziest stories happen out of those 10 spots?
Yeah, so okay, so a lot of my stories either come from me hosting or from me just traveling, and I try to stay in
Ooh, let's get
because I
some of
travel.
each.
Yeah, so I travel a good bit. There's a couple of things, and I'm just kind of putting bits together anyway about
Do
comedy
you travel for work
For
or
work.
for comedy or
for
what?
work. So by trade, I'm a chemist by trade.
Oh, wow.
And I'm a professional salesman, so I sell
into
lab
your nerdy
equipment.
business.
Yes, exactly. You see how that
Yeah.
goes? Okay. So I sell lab equipment and I sell firefighter equipment as well. Yeah, exactly.
Firefighter equipment? That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, so because I travel so much, I covered the southeast United States, the Caribbean, Bahamas. And,
Well-traveled nerd.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. Yeah, no, I've had kind of crazy shit. Like I tell people, the number one thing I find in beds after someone stays, especially if it's a woman, like a single woman staying there, I find knives in the bed.
What?
To protect herself?
You
Yeah,
have
'cause
more
they
than
have
one time found a knife in the
Knife
bed?
many
Probably
Found a knife in
times.
it under a couch one
Many
time.
times.
I
I can
lost a
see that.
phone
I can see
again,
that.
and I'm looking for it at this girl's house. Single days, and then look up under and I see a razor, and she's like, "You never know what type of people."
Exactly.
I could see that.
More than one time. Like,
And she stabbed me
And I bled out.
exactly.
and found my phone.
I come across the strangest stuff when people leave. Like in this new plot, this new space that I have, it's a graffiti house ATL. So I have an all graffiti theme.
That's cute.
Is that
place.
the Instagram handle?
Yeah, so-
Graffiti House ATL?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And it's the very, very first guest that stayed, he left his gun in the bedside table. And he was like, "Hey, I'm in South Carolina. I'm going to send a friend to come get it." I'm like, "Okay."
Is your friend armed?
Yeah. So, because I'm not dumb. I'm not handing anybody a loaded weapon. So when his friend came to the door, I got my pistol on me, and I already I took all the bullets out the gun. I took the clip out. I racked
Then
it.
I
made
robbed
sure
him
it
for
was
his
cleared.
pistol.
Yeah, exactly. So it was crazy. I was like, "You gonna go get this little pea shooter? Like this is something? I don't know."
Oh,
I got
wow.
guns the size of a little Bow Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how my gun is. It's like this big. It's like a Janet-sized gun.
I keep forgetting Janet is right there.
Oh, that good girl.
For our listeners, Janet's here.
Maha's dog.
Yeah, very cute
They
little
know.
dog. Yeah, they know. That's
So we got guns, we got knives, we have a razor.
All right, let's start with a travel story and then go to a host story. What's your
Okay.
best story from traveling?
Pressure.
Better
yeah.
be good.
Best story. So I want to say I was in Houston, and I just remember this was my first time doing an Airbnb where you rent like a room inside a place, and there's other people staying in the same place. They all
Is there
have
a word
room.
for that? Like how there's arbitrage?
Hostile.
Hostel, yeah.
Yeah.
Hostile. I've always wanted to do that, but I don't. I
I did that in my house. I rented out 2 of my rooms while I was living there.
Yeah, it was different because in the middle of the night, I just hear somebody just getting it in. Him and this chick was just getting it in. And
This is the host or another guest?
another guest in the room right next to me. And I'm just hearing them.
That happens at hotels.
They beating it out.
Dude, people ask me that when I used to rent out the 2 rooms in my house. They're like, "Well, aren't people like fucking in your house?" I'm like, "So is that? I don't. Who cares?" Am I
So-
supposed to
Maha's
be like,
listening.
Hey,
So I tell my cleaners to always clean and change the sheets as if every woman's a squirter. So
Oh my God. Is that what you say verbatim?
$25.
Yeah, as long as you have that mentality, you will clean extremely well. So, yeah, man, so in that whole thing, I hear them having sex. Cool. Then they're done. Fine. Probably about 15, 20 minutes, I get up, I go to the bathroom, I come out, and I see this really big girl, sitting in the living room. And I'm talking about she's got to be 350, almost 400 pounds, right? Big girl. She has nothing on, right? She is butt-ass naked, nothing on. Next thing I knew, I see this really skinny dude come out the room.
That's usually how that works.
Nothing
right?
on.
Skinny guys love a big girl.
They call him a perfect 10. He's
The 1 and the 0. That's
yeah,
hilarious.
so he comes out, just dick hanging, just gonna go out there. Yeah.
That was good.
Mathematically, I don't think it
You're
was.
on a roll. You're on a roll there.
110. There you go.
Yeah, perfect. I was like, okay, naked man, naked big beard, naked woman. So they decided to take it upon themselves to start fucking in the living room.
I'm done.
All right, did they know you?
I'm
Did they
done.
acknowledge your presence,
They're
visually?
voyeurs. They're like,
I
yeah,
mean,
he's here. Let's
like-
do it.
They hit one of those, knots.
Okay. All right, both of them or just him? Yo, what up, man?
Him,
Yeah, dude.
Right. You want to get in on this?
Bro.
There's
Oh,
plenty
man.
to go around.
I don't know if she if she was able to orbit herself in order to turn around and see that I was looking at her. But,
What, to orbit?
Oh,
Because she's
orbit like a
gravitational pull?
planet? Like a planet?
was like-
Star Trek?
I remember this story. Yeah,
She
you
was
fucking
big,
nerd.
big. Yeah, exactly. Right. I'm going super nerd the whole time too. So
She couldn't turn her neck.
What
We're
neck?
not going to
Yeah,
fat shame
I
on this podcast.
no, we're
She
not.
was
No
mobile.
shame. But
She was not
was big.
ashamed.
Shade. The other side of the mirror.
First off, I couldn't believe. I don't think she's seen her pussy in years, but I think.
But he saw
found
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't
And that's
know.
all that matters.
Doubtful he
it's
saw
got to
it
be
too.
doggy style. I feel like super big people, they can only do it doggy style. How else do you
Yeah,
do it?
I was.
Or, I mean,
Spooning style.
That's like, yeah, I guess it's the laying down version of doggy style, right?
I mean, that's like, what's that show?
Fair point.
My Really Big Life or something like that. That's
Or my
on-
600
My 600-pound life?
Yeah.
They be getting it
Favorite.
in.
Yeah.
They be getting it in.
Fucking
so.
Tammy.
I never
Tammy is
seen
getting it
them
in
do
on
that the
1,000-Pound
show.
Sisters.
I need to watch that.
But I'm single. This bitch has had like 7 fucking boyfriends.
It's hitting.
Big girl
Neither
got
here
that
nor
thigh
there.
out.
So you avoided the temptation
the
to
thigh
join
out.
them.
Like you were still
Did
like
you
you were
run
in
to
your
your
room when they
room,
started
or-
fucking in the living room, or had you gone
see
back to
yourself
your
out?
room?
Oh, you
Right.
guys are so inquisitive. So I just did. All I remember was going to the bathroom. I saw her, and then like I'm going back and forth to the bathroom, about to take a shower.
On the way out, you're like, oh.
Also, you're grabbing your items. And
Yeah.
So you saw them fucking frequently.
Yeah, like as I'm going back to the door.
How many days was this stay? And how many times did they?
This
This is all one incident.
Yeah, this
It's
is
like
all
one
with
fuck.
an incident. So I would say the weird part is I think it came really fast because I was done like
Before
you
you
took
took
the shower.
Before the water
before
got
I
hot
got
in the shower.
into the shower, going back and forth.
But they had already fucked. Oh, that means he should have.
He should have gone longer.
Yeah, true.
Big girls got that thigh out.
Probably pretty juicy and warm.
That's why you saying, well, how
Was
are
it
you
winter
single
time?
on it?
Was it wintertime?
It wasn't winter time. It was definitely snowing in there. So, it was raining in there.
that a
I don't,
cocaine
yeah. I don't know. I forgot what time of year. I think it was like February or whatever. And it was
Like
Valentine's Day,
warm.
of course.
Oh, okay.
I knew it.
there you go.
Tell by the romantic
There you
story.
go. So it was.
He got them a room.
Yeah, it was really interesting. It was
Yeah, baby, I
kinda-
got a room for us in a house with 7 other people.
Yeah.
They can watch us.
That was crazy.
Have you ever rented out your place just a room? When I first started, I did like wanted the whole place. So I could dip out, go, and then get the most monies. But sometimes
I'm so right now with my spot, it's a 3-bedroom with a full basement, so it sleeps 12 to 15, right?
Nice.
And I'm thinking about moving. I use it for peer space as well,
I love Pierce.
but then I
What
use
is
it.
peer space?
Okay, so
You like
peer
rent
space
out
is instead of renting a place per day, you rent per hour. So if somebody wants to do a photo shoot or video shoot, they can come in and rent your place per hour.
what about for the types of things that your previous story did?
Yes.
that-
They can like come
So
shoot a porn
like
for
so-
a couple hours? Or?
okay, so here's the interesting factor. I want to say
like fucking by the hour.
my first 5 guests were definitely OnlyFans women. Like they were way too good. And I've had many OnlyFans
Link in
people.
the comments.
Yeah. At Graffiti House ATL, #1 OnlyFans place in the city.
All
So
these OnlyFans.
yeah. No, they definitely try to get it in there. Like it's kind of interesting. So
Very.
yeah, so to answer your question about the different rooms, I think I'm going to put different locks, like the digital locks on each bedroom door. And then from there, I'll probably use Furnish Finder and get travel nurses to kind of
Learning
stay.
so much
Yeah,
right
just
now.
back
Wait,
up on both these
Furnish
apps.
Finder?
That's good.
What is that?
So Furnish Finder is specifically for travel nurses and getting them. So the thing
Do
is,
they have one for flight attendants?
Flight attendants, the airline already pays for their
But
accommodations.
sometimes they squat like, not like squat, but like they have pads. They have like pilot pads, flight attendant pads, and they stay for
so
short
you
times
can
to get back on
find
the
them
flight.
as groups on a lot of these things that I come up with are from groups from Facebook. So if you have a
smart.
flight attendant group on Facebook or
That's so
Atlanta
smart.
subletting, Atlanta leasing, Airbnb groups, you can find a lot of these like connections or whatever. So with Furnace Finder, I plan
I'll write
like
that down.
next year around slow season, I'm going to do travel nurses through that like November to February time year.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a consistent set. You don't make as much money as per night stay with
Wait,
Airbnb.
isn't that the holiday time? Like, I would think that's when you would get the most.
You'll get
That's
most
slow,
for the
November,
holiday
February?
the holiday days themselves, like around the
But the
days,
rest
but
of
the
it is
middle
slow,
of the
okay.
week. So I base my finances for my business, or getting a lot of my income to cover expenses through just the weekends. Right?
Yeah, I'm also
So-
like a weekend
warrior?
That retired weekend warrior, wounded weekend warrior. But I meant like when all my rentals is always like the weekends get booked, and then you're always trying to fill in the. It's better when you fill in the week, but like so you're gonna be able to do it through nurses.
Oh yeah.
That's smart.
I'm using the week, so my plan right now, and it's coming out pretty good, is using the week time as the times for peer space for people
Yeah.
to get, and then the weekends are really set
Yeah.
for that. Or Sunday evening, like right now, there's a photo shoot going on. I did like a photography and whole package, unlimited
Your weekend
looks.
checks out, 11 or 12
Yep.
what your checkout is, and now it's ready for OnlyFans time.
Yep, that's exactly what's going on there
I
right
need
now.
a poker
Right
night
now,
on
they're
it.
only
Right.
fansing right now?
Yeah, they're doing a whole photo shoot. They're doing a whole.
I bet the
whole
HOA is
thing.
probably not hip to peer space yet. Like, we could probably get away with
No,
that.
they're definitely
That
not.
stupid app doesn't know
Right,
that yet.
exactly.
Yeah.
They're
It's
definitely
nice. I
not.
love
Turns
the
out we're
spots
smarter.
on
Right,
there.
I'm about to be only fansing in my house. Not me, but like,
Yeah, that's I've seen some very interesting things, especially at units. I have cameras at all my places, even the apartments.
Until
I had
you
like
watched
little
them.
How
blink
deep into
cam.
these apartments do you have these?
No,
Like
no,
outside or
no.
inside
Only
cameras?
outside.
Well, I guess they brought their own cameras in there.
Only outside. So per the rules, especially with Airbnb, if I did the rent out per room, I could have a camera as long as I say in the
Main
spaces. But I don't even want to get it. I usually have
People
one.
don't like that sometimes. I found
Yeah,
that out.
Yeah. I have like
Especially
a
the
blink.
couple smash it in the living room.
Yeah.
No, they actually don't give a fuck.
they're like,
Hey,
yeah,
shit.
watch us.
They don't
Probably
give
like
a
camera
shit.
3. All right.
Yeah, I have one on the back deck of this place, and it's been cold since I started it, and I've already caught somebody just getting it in on the back.
Yeah.
And it's a
forget
big
about the
camera.
cameras,
Like
too.
this
They kept
camera,
themselves warm.
this camera has a little blue light on it. It's like one of the Xfinity cameras, and it's
Listen
like
to that shit, but it's like reality TV show. People like see it, like okay, and then they like forget about
Get
it. now.
over it, yeah.
like, just it's
I don't
crazy.
care.
I think so. One of my craziest stories I've had so far with my unit is I had a guest write me and say, "Hey, I think there's a camera on the inside of your place," and I'm like, "Camera on the inside?" Yeah, they found it was like looks like a little USB, like you plug your phone in, and the lady said it looks like it's a camera. She was going in with Airbnb and had this whole thing. I'm like,
Not my camera.
yeah, somebody linked. All they had to do, they have the Wi-Fi password, so somebody left something and left the camera, and
What?
that was
So, like a previous guest left a camera?
Mm-hmm.
Another
Wow.
OnlyFans.
That's freaky.
I don't know if it's connected to the Wi-Fi. I don't know if there's anything on there, but it's definitely like
It was
a
like
camera.
plugged in and recording.
Yeah, so it looks like a USB little box,
Oh, I mean, I
like
so
the one that you
scary.
just USB little
What?
box thing.
I thought
That's
Your
a genius
guest
way
was
to have a
blind.
camera, though.
Yeah.
It's just the box that you would plug a USB
Yeah,
into.
the way she said she noticed it is because it had
Emotion.
no, it's not motion. She was like, she was looking at it just really shiny in the front. And I think they went to go use it and like the front part pops off and it was a camera.
Camera in there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
And
scary.
you probably have no idea how long that's even been there, right? So you couldn't track down
It's a
which guest
USB
did
thing,
it?
so I can't ask the cleaner like, hey, did you see this little box?
She didn't earn her $25 after all.
So
Dusted that
That's
fucking USB.
wild.
They
Yeah.
should have found out.
So did you
Scary.
get in trouble with Airbnb for that or
So,
anything? Or did they think it was
no.
you? Or did they believe that it wasn't?
no, they kind of carried. The lady was like, she said my energy didn't really come off that way because she had like a clogged toilet problem, which people shit too much sometimes. And so I came in there and I helped
we were actually
with
after
that.
A shitter.
Yeah.
Somebody's been shitting in
There's a serial
Airbnb.
shitter.
Yeah.
Italy.
In the sheets. They shit in the sheets.
Yeah, so no, it's
Heard
been
of
a little
OnlyFans
bit
people.
crazy. So it's been a little bit crazy on that factor.
Wow.
So
That is
no, it's
That's
interesting.
freaky.
It's always weird stuff. For some reason, two of my TV remotes in my brand new place are missing.
Oh yeah.
And I said to my cleaner the other day, I was like, yo, I thought you guys, part of what I pay them for is to check, they're supposed to check each
Inventory.
TV to make sure like the remotes are not dead.
And they
So they
haven't
just
fucked
turn
with
it
my
on.
DVR at all.
Yeah. that's
Me and
crazy.
Ian don't have that problem because we have the Samsung frame and the remote is actually solar powered, but like from indoor lights. So you
Oh.
don't have to like ever charge it or put batteries in. It's just like,
Until they fucking steal it.
right, unless it's stolen.
Yeah, nothing that fancy at all is going in these places. I had to learn this.
Except for the towels, I thought.
Yeah, and the rags and the
Marshalls.
duvets.
They're like the shit towels that people give you out of town is crazy. Just go to Marshall's, get $9 towels.
Yeah, Marshalls has.
I don't
You
do
had me
Yeah.
thinking these towels are crafted by silk.
Yeah, it's great. Like you'll be surprised.
They're
Like these are
fluffy.
fluffy. These are nice. I don't use white anymore. No white linen. No, I went to like light gray. Makeup was
It's
destroying.
difficult, yeah.
Like women in the makeup
Put some
thing.
bleach at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why you get white. I thought is so you can bleach it.
No, it doesn't work all the time. You have more issues than
Every
anything.
guest comes everywhere on it. They
So much
squirt.
semen.
Yeah, exactly. So I try to. I don't know. I can't go back to the white though.
What color you pick?
Like light gray.
I like gray.
Like light gray for.
Does makeup come off of the light gray better?
You don't see makeup on that. You don't see any of these issues or marks over time, and it's still a cleanliness thing. So yeah, no, I use that, and it's worked out like phenomenally. So it's really been that's really changed a lot for me. Yeah, man, no, just trying to do like nice linen and nice stuff and have a whole experience.
Better than
home.
home.
What count are we talking here, though?
This is the guy who got a $10,000
Are we talking
couch.
bamboo sheets
I wish it was light gray because it's light ghost colored. That's my dog. It's like beige, whitish, off white. And now there's a whole multitude
everywhere.
of stains all over it.
No.
And because it's custom, hard to fit the little couch covers on it.
Damn.
So I'm gonna rock it on.
I don't know why you got a white couch for an Airbnb to begin
Because
with.
my dog is white.
Oh, so that worked out, huh?
Well, what I did do though is I bought a white shaggy rug, ghost colored, and so now when people find stray ghost fur, they're like,
It's just
"Oh,
from the
must be
rug."
from that rug," and they don't freak out about it.
Oh, wow.
So,
But it's from the
super
dog.
interesting.
yeah, it's from my dog. He's furry as fuck.
It's pretty furry.
especially during the
Janet
winter.
doesn't shed, and she's hypoallergenic. You know.
She won't let me.
Is
bury my
Janet
face in
awake?
her.
Is Janet awake? Like, she didn't make not any noise.
She's a good girl.
She's a
That's
little
fine.
older.
Hey, calm down. So like this weekend, my dad was like, "You got to come take Janet to the emergency vet. She hasn't eaten in 3 days. She's not drinking water. She's acting weird. Blah blah blah." I take her to the vet. They do all these tests and shit. It's like $600. They give me like an appetite stimulant. And then I get home. Literally, as soon as we get out of the car, this bitch goes right back to normal. Eats all of her food, is like playing all crazy. I'm like, you little whore. I'm happy you're okay, but god damn it. You couldn't have been okay 2 hours sooner?
You gotta wine and dine her.
Yeah, she just wanted attention.
Do you bring your dog on trips, like stay at Airbnbs with your
So
dog?
Ghost has traveled the world.
Yeah, there's white fur on many countries.
Yeah, he has been everywhere. Like, we went to Colombia. Ghost was there, along with Ian's fine-ass brother.
They went viral.
Yeah.
They went viral.
We went viral because his brother was fine. But yeah, no, Janet goes everywhere with me locally, but I have not flown with her yet. I'm working on it, though.
That was one thing that changed on Airbnb platform in order
But
to
you
charge.
don't allow pets? Or?
Well, I do, but I charge or whatever. But everybody just sneaks their fucking animals, especially cats.
catch 'em.
Like just weird stuff. Like, and I'll
But
catch
you
them
have
on
a
the
doorbell
camera.
and stuff, right?
Yeah, but they'll put their little dogs like that in their purse, and then they walk in and all that.
But your inside camera's in the USB port.
Oh, got
Right.
it.
Gotcha.
Got it.
Right.
How do you know?
No, but you get so many more bookings if you allow pets because like
Yeah.
people search that out specifically.
Yeah, but they don't want to pay. Like it's so crazy.
Oh well, you got to charge.
Yeah, exactly. I started using a channel manager, Hostfully, so that I
We
can.
need comments.
So
It's like, is it like Smart BnB, which we learned
Oh,
about
yeah.
recently?
um
Hostfully. Does it like put all the platforms like on one thing so you
yeah,
can manage
so
like the messaging and stuff?
with so with the HomeAway, the Verbo,
They've
Verbo.
merged.
Yeah, they merged.
Found that out
Oh,
recently.
really?
And Booking.
Oh yeah, now he's booking.com.
Booking is so not user friendly though.
I
Like,
know, I
it's
hate it
the
as
worst
well.
interface. I hate Booking.
So my
you
problem.
get deals on there, but the interface
And
is
when
terrible.
I see an Airbnb on there, I'm like, I'm looking for fucking hotels so I can compare it to Airbnb/Verbo. You know, I don't like
it's getting bookings from that site was kind of weird. Like there are always scammers on that site,
Really?
and you kind of have to.
I still like to do a dance with them. Like I'm like, all right, if you wire me the money now and it clears, we'll talk.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. I do that with people calling me. Like right now, everybody calls you about, hey,
Oh my
this
gosh.
house at this residence, would you like to sell it? Can I offer you a
every
price?
10 minutes.
Yeah, and I always go through and say, hey, can I get your cell phone number? I'll call you later. I'll call you back, and they hang up the phone on me.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
What does Hostfully do specifically?
So you build your place on that platform, and then it exports it to all the different platforms.
That's awesome.
We're learning so much.
So that you don't have double bookings and stuff.
Yes,
too?
so you
That's
don't have
awesome.
double bookings. You can take all your payments through Stripe. It connects
They take
all
a
of that.
fee?
Hostfully doesn't. You pay Hostfully like a year annual price or whatever for it.
Is it reasonable? Or?
it's like $700 or something like that for the year. But that's pretty much as many properties as you want. Yeah, it's interesting. You have a lot of other integrations for it.
Stripper something idea.
The OnlyFans idea?
No, it's her idea to have like a stripper bus.
Party bus, stripper party bus.
Oh, wow. You took it way back. Also, we're not sharing that idea. I haven't planned
Let's leave it out.
What? That's at least
So I had an idea. You know, Atlanta's like the strip club capital of the world. It's basically a party bus that does it's like a bar crawl, but for strip clubs, for like bachelor parties and stuff. Like you get on a party bus, it takes you to all the strip clubs of Atlanta. You get like a free dance and a shot at each one. You skip the line.
The thing about that is like we're definitely a driving place, like a driving type of city.
That's a party bus.
So they're not close though.
Yeah, you're partying in between.
Yeah, that's where the party bus actually really shines.
You might even have a stripper on the party bus.
Invite me. I will definitely write the first review. I think, that'll be dope. Just let me know when you're ready.
I mean, I feel like you dropped some gems today. We're gonna recap with the name of your business, the name of the nursing thing,
the graffiti thing,
the graffiti. Yes,
you're like nerdy
BTH
online
Homes.
handles for like Magic and Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, exactly.
So all the listeners can go through your platform, book your themed locations.
Better than home locations.
So the name of my business is BTH Corporate Housing. Stands for Better Than Home. And definitely strive for that.
What's the IG?
It was kind of so. The reason why I have it BTH is because Better Than Home is
taken already.
In like when you're applying for your tax ID in the state of Georgia, I can say Better Than Home, but in the United States, it's already kind of. I'm fine with BTH. It's cool. So yeah,
I think BTH is better than home.
Thank you. See, all right. See, I needed a review. So that's perfect. And the name of the IG for my place is Graffiti House ATL. And
is that an arbitrage property, or do you own that
it's
one?
an arbitrage property. I'm looking. My next move is to purchase a multifamily, and I'm kind of. Because of the new rules with City of Atlanta, all my Airbnb units have never been in the City of Atlanta. And because I already knew these kind of rules were already coming. After Super Bowl, I knew that was all going to happen. They were going to be over policed with the Airbnb stuff.
What Mr. Dickens don't know, don't hurt him.
Mr.
Everything is fine until something happens. So it's like until somebody reports somebody or some BS. I think before I end, I'll tell the worst things I've had. So I had a one bedroom. I just thought about it.
Well, take us out with the bang.
I have a one bedroom in Decatur, and I had 22 people in that one bedroom.
Stop.
Right? And
like sleeping or a party?
There was like partying for a birthday or whatever. And it's like the new apartment, so it's just hardwood floors, and you could just hear everything. The door, shoosh, boom, shoosh, boom, boom, boom. And I'm looking at the camera and I was like, okay, that's 12 people. That's whatever. I called the guy. I was like, listen, before it gets too crazy, I'm going to call the police because then I can be the one to gauge and manage, or before one of the neighbors call, because then you go into jail, bro. Like, you're just doing too much. He's like, all right, cool. So I get over there. Of course, he didn't do anything. They leave. I see on the camera that they all leave and like going to the club or whatever.
They're like, pull up anyways. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
The police officer met me for DeKalb County, and the good thing with DeKalb County is they don't. As long as I've canceled, that's the end of the contract, right? With them, with DeKalb County. So they're like, okay, I can tell them to go. We go in the place. The cop says, all right, I see a little bit of weed or whatever. Let's just pack up all their, let's pack up all their stuff. And I put it by the police car and told them, bring me my key and you can have your stuff. And that was freaking nuts.
They abided?
They abided. They had no choice. They had no choice. So it just all worked out.
Follow the rules, guys.
I've never had the balls to do that.
To call the police on them?
Unruly. Well, that's because I'm afraid of the police.
Yeah, somebody could die.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't know if like my name will bring up.
Might be you. You could call the police and then end up dead. But still, yeah.
Well, you think you're going to have like a wanted?
Yeah, like I'm like, what did I fucking do?
Well, that has actually happened to you, right?
That
you called the police and then you got arrested.
I didn't call police. I would never. But
the police,
neighbors called. You didn't do what you did. Didn't nip in the bud. Also, fuck my neighbors. But they called the police. That's actually the.
And then he showed up to the Airbnb and they're they were like, "Oops, get in your pocket."
CBD. CBD powder.
Get your ass to jail. All right,
We'll
guys.
fix that in post.
You know, this has been a blast.
Thank
you know,
you.
we got to
Thanks
reconnect.
for joining us, Andre.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was great.
Good. Perfect.
We're
We're gonna join you at your
having
next
me.
stand-up class.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Me
Cool.
and Annsleigh.
I'm gonna come
you
to the
in?
show. I'm gonna come to the
All
show.
right, you come on.
Grad show.
Yeah, grad show. That's easy laugh show. That was good. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. Well, thank you guys for listening. Hope you turn into the next episode and the one after that and that and that and that. And I'm
How many more do you have to do?
And that, yeah.
How many more is that left in your contract, Annsleigh?
I've been counting. I'll let y'all know after the show. But yeah, I'm Ann.
This is Ian.
This is Maha and Baby Janet.
And I'm Andre. Later, Andre. Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.